Ladies and gentlemen, Lucy the cat. And of course, the amazing Flec. Never gets old. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back in here today. I was thinking a lot about how I usually do these daily posts, especially here on the Paisley couch, and I thought that I would utilize this little screen up here a little bit more. Last night I made a list of things I want to get done today, and we'll review what actually got done and what did not get done. So after going to bed around 4:30 in the morning, after taking care of everything I need to take care of, winding down, and eventually getting to a point where I felt comfortable falling asleep, I passed out here on this couch with my faithful companion Lucy the cat, and I woke up around noon 30-ish or so. And you can see here, I woke up and I hit record on the camera, which is sitting right here, and then lied back down to make it look like I was getting up out of bed. So we see how organic that looks right there, right? Little sneak peek back behind the scenes here, I guess. And I got a phone call from the electrical company like 15-20 minutes before I actually woke up, before the full wake up point here. And I had to talk to them for about 35 minutes to sort out something. They think that I didn't pay my bill, but I did pay my bill. And they said, don't worry, we're not gonna shut off your power, but your bill's past due now. And I had to give them a receipt over the phone and let them know that I did pay it. It just was paid the day before the due date. Anyways, it was ridiculous. 35 minutes just for them to tell me I was correct. Awesome. Don't get me started on internet service providers. That's crazy too. Then I decided to have a breakfast before breakfast and start my morning off right, or my afternoon, because I'm waking up at 12:30. Get myself a coffee, a carrot, and a piece of celery. After getting a little food in my belly and getting some caffeine in my bloodstream, I thought, it's way past time for me to clean off my front porch. Now, I'm not proud of this. I have been a hoarder for a long time. If you're new to this channel, I want you to know that this is my daily vlog post, so I'm giving you a recap over what happened today. If you want something that's a little more interesting, go check out my playlist section. I post a weekly circus and flow arts tutorial video. Otherwise, you're just gonna hear about some rando dude on the internet cleaning off his front porch. But yeah, my front porch is kind of like my garage. I don't have access to it from my front door. My front door is kind of sealed shut. So I have to go around the house to get to the front. I enter and exit the back door of my house, and the front of my house is just like a storage place for different things, including a couch. So if you've watched my previous video, you know that I am gifted all sorts of appliances, tools, furniture, and apparently couches is a thing that people typically want to give me. So I have this white leather couch in my front porch, and it's just covered in a bunch of crap. And you can see the pictures here of before and after. So these are the two before shots on one side of the porch and the other side of the porch. Where I'm standing is right next to the access of my front door, if my front door actually opened. And yeah, it's just a mess. It's real embarrassing, but I figured I'd put it out there. And then I got through and I threw away 2 large trash bins full of stuff that I've been holding on to for a while, thinking I'm gonna do something with this, but never actually do anything with it. And I got rid of it. I threw it in the trash and it's gone now. And I'll tell you what, it feels real good just to get that out of my life. I mean, it's been sitting there for such a long time, not doing any good for anyone, just taking up space. So I cleared out all that. That took a couple hours. And I also cleaned out my van, because my van had a piece of furniture in it that my friend gave me. As I said, I get furniture for free all the time. This one I actually paid $60 for, because it's a beautiful dresser with a nice mirror. I didn't get any photos of that one, but that's now on the front porch after I cleared out a space for it. I got that out of my van, and then I took my van out to get a car wash. And there's a place where you can go where you can get it shop vacked out for free if you get a car wash. So here's some shots of my van beforehand. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. I am gross. But I'm changing things. I'm trying to become more of a clean person and get more organized in my life. And this whole YouTube experiment is putting the pressure on me to up my game a little bit more, get more done throughout the day, create more art, and all that sort of thing. So there we go. There's the before and after of the van. Tell you what, it feels real good. It feels real good to get these things out of the way. I keep telling myself, I'm gonna do that tomorrow, or I'm gonna do that later today, or whenever. And I never actually managed to get it done, but today I got some things done, and it felt real good. I even had a bunch of clothes inside of my van when I pass people by, because I live in a not the nicest area of town, I'll put it that way. And when I leave to go to work and I come back home from work, or if I go to the grocery store or the gas station, I pass by homeless people. Because like I said, I don't live in the prettiest neighborhood. And I have jackets and clothing ready to hand out to people. that I get from donations from other people, because people like me and give me free stuff all the time. And sometimes I give out food, sometimes I give out hot coffee, and I have all these extra clothing, and it's getting a little warmer now, so I decided to take it all to this drop box here of the extra stuff, because I haven't had as much time to go out and do things like that lately. I've been putting my time in other places. I still always have bottles of water in my van ready to hand out to folks. I don't like to hand out cash, because you hand out cash, they recognize you if you are frequent in that area, in which I am. Some people that recognize me when I give them water and stuff. I don't want to make myself a target by giving out money. I'll give them clothes, I'll give them gloves, I'll give them hats, I'll give them food, I'll give them a coffee, I'll give them water, a bottle of water. And a bottle of water in the wintertime is kind of nice, actually, because when you're standing out in the freezing cold, your water freezes, you can't drink it. So give them a hot coffee and a cold water. They're pretty happy about that. I dropped off all the extra clothing over there, and then I went to this spot here in downtown Ferndale. It's really neat. It's on the corner of 9 and Woodward, and I dropped off extra jackets that I got. My grandfather passed away in October, and I got a bunch of clothing from him, and I have so many jackets already, and then I had these extra jackets. And I mean, look at that. That's a really cool idea, just sitting there on the corner. If you're cold, take a jacket. If you have an extra jacket, leave one. So I left about 5 or 6 or something like that there, and it made me feel good. It got it out of my life. I don't need it. I know other people need it, and I know that people who need it can find them there. So that's really good. So I got back to my house. I finished cleaning out the rest of my van. I like taking my juggling clubs with me places and stuff like that. So when I got out of the van, I thought, well, it's been a pretty busy day already. It's almost 6, 7 o'clock now. I'm getting a little hungry, but I have these juggling clubs, so I thought I'd go outside and mess around on the slack line doing some juggling. And instead of showing you how awesome and amazing I am, I thought I'd show you how often I mess things up when I'm a little rusty or haven't juggled these clubs in a while there. Oh, oops, there it is. Yeah, I dropped them quite a bit, and I didn't really mind. Because when you're practicing and you're learning new things, you're gonna drop and you're gonna mess up a lot. And I'm well past that point. I'm not afraid of dropping and messing things up. I'm not afraid of making mistakes anymore. I'm not afraid of making bad art and bad videos. And I know I've made a couple bad YouTube videos so far. Maybe more than a couple. But the point is I'm trying and I'm learning, I'm leveling up. And I'm putting these videos out there for the world to see, because I know there's other people out there that want to take these steps to make content and create videos and make a vlog, maybe instructional videos or cooking shows or anything. You want to make a channel and you want to put yourself out there as a personality on the internet. You're going to make some mistakes doing it, and you got to pick yourself up and just keep trying. Get right back on the line. Don't let things bother you. Don't let a couple people unsubscribing you bother you. Don't let a couple mistakes bother you. Some negative comments, they're going to happen. Instead, focus on all the people who are subscribing to you. Focus on all the thumbs ups you're getting. Focus on all the encouragement and the people who are actually pushing you forward to better yourself in life. Don't let the haters get you down. They're not worth nothing to you. You don't need them. So yeah, so I'm not competing against anyone but myself, so I'm going to keep getting back up on that line and keep trying. Because there's no other way to do it, right? You're only going to get better at something if you keep trying and you don't give up and you're persistent. Never let a little failure bother you. After playing on the slack line for a little bit, I got a little lightheaded after doing all that work. I only had some vegetables that day for breakfast and a coffee, so I was getting a little jittery. Had a bottle of water, but then I thought maybe getting some carbs in the old tank would do me good, so I poured myself a nice hearty bowl of cereal, and I proceeded to fold and sort some laundry, which I didn't get video footage of because, as we all know, that's too exciting for TV. And after that, I decided to get in the kitchen and prep some dinner. Here, we're cutting up some potatoes, celery, and carrots, and we're going to put that inside of a 9x12 casserole dish. And then what we're doing here tonight is chicken thighs. So at 375 degrees, you can take your chicken thighs and put them on top of the bed of the carrots, potato, and celery. And you kind of want to have some onion in there too, maybe some garlic, but I didn't have any garlic or onion. And I thought, well, that's fine. I can make do without them. I have garlic powder, which I put in here later in the video. Herbes de Provence. So we have your mixture of various spices as well as salt, and sprinkle that on top with a little bit of grapeseed oil first, and then put that on top. And then you bake it in the oven at 375 for about 45 minutes to 55 minutes. And then you take the tin foil off after you bake it for a while to let the skin crisp up really nice. If you're vegetarian, I'm sorry. I eat a lot of vegetables and I try to keep mostly a vegetarian diet, But what I love about chicken thighs is that being a meat eater, an opportunivore I call myself, maybe one day I'll be a freegan again, meaning that I avoid eating meat and dairy unless it is free or if I find it and I don't want it to go to waste. And I just stop purchasing it and I stop supporting the meat and the dairy industry. So freegan would be more in line for what I would like to do. Maybe vegan one day, but for now though, I'm an opportunivore. I eat when I have an opportunity to, and I have these chicken thighs in my freezer and I don't want to waste them. So that's where we're having for dinner, and that's why we're eating it for dinner. Anyways, I eat meat. That's what I do, and I try not to buy it too much. But these were on sale really, really cheap. If you're no stranger to my channel, you know that I am on a tight budget, and I've recently splurged on a bunch of stuff to make this channel possible. And now I have to penny pinch again and really tighten the purse strings so I can keep saving. I want to make sure my down payment for my house is as high as it possibly can be, and I still want to have an emergency fund too. So chicken thighs it is. The nice thing about chicken thighs, if you're a meat eater, is that it's really hard to mess them up. They are so juicy and so full of fat that no matter how long you cook them, it's really hard to dry them out. It's really easy to dry out your chicken breasts or your drumsticks or other parts of your chicken, but chicken thighs are just wonderful for that because you can cook them on the barbecue, they'll stay nice and moist. Bake them in the oven forever and they'll stay nice and moist too. It's really hard to mess them up. So for $2.50, I'm having 4 chicken thighs for dinner with a bunch of vegetables underneath it. Put a cup of water inside there too, just to make sure that those vegetables steam up really good. And the juices from the chicken mix with all of the vegetables, making a good comfort food for me. Yeah, after throwing that in the oven there, I decided to come along into the living room and start compiling all my data from the Canon camera, as well as my GoPro, as well as my cell phone. I took footage from all over and all these different places today. And I'm trying to get better at compiling all this stuff together and making videos in an efficient way, but still keep them interesting for the viewers. So this day is not really typical for me. It's not really this busy all the time. When I'm working my 16-hour shifts at my client's house, I'm doing what they need me to do, and then I take advantage of the downtime to do the things that I want to do, including making music, making my YouTube video post for the day, and reading some books, learning new software on my computer, my new laptop I got for the sake of this channel. And then off days on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, those are my off days. So I'm trying to spend those times doing as much work as I possibly can, not just on my house, but also helping other people with their houses and trying to do some side jobs to get enough money so I can make sure I have enough cushion for the down payment for the home I'm trying to purchase. So there I am, compiling the data on my laptop, a little video footage for you of me doing that. And that brings us to right here, right now. The chicken thighs are in the oven as we speak. I'm filming this video right now, and at some point I have to turn this off so I can take the SD card out, put it inside that laptop, and edit the video in a way that makes sense. I mean, I've been pointing up here like there's something up there, but there's nothing over here. It's just me pointing there. I gotta put that in post. Hope this makes sense. I'm being silly. Well, anyways, from your good friend, the amazing Flec, as well as Lucy the cat. Lucy, ladies and gentlemen. Lucy, listen to that crowd. They love you. We'd like to remind you all to keep safe, be well, stay humble, and peace.